the coast, not far from Tin Town, lies Silver Beach. And although we didn't know it, some mysterious things were happening.
At last. I must congratulate you, Dr. Archimedes. You have navigated perfectly. Here, see for yourself.
I do not wish to see. I know we have arrived at Silver Beach. Please, let us not waste any time. The sooner we are out of here, the better.
Then go below, my dear doctor. You very needlessly, Dr. Archimedes. The last thing anyone would expect to see here is a submarine. Captain Randall to crew. Stand by to dive.
Back at Tin Town, things were a bit dull, so the professor had decided to give us a few hints about tracking people in the bush.
Footprints, as you see, are the same as fingerprints, only they're made from the foot.
Well, you could have fooled me.
Now, the leg, when it leaves the foot, travels in an upward direction until it reaches the body. Thus we see it.
Gosh, Professor, this is going to take ages.
What I think is Gary and Gerald should go out into the bush. The professor can follow them by tracking their footprints and give us a few hints as he goes. An excellent idea. I was about to say that myself.
Give us 10 minutes start, and I'll bet you an ice cream to a milkshake you can't catch us.
Although I don't usually bet, this time I will. It's nearly 9 o'clock now. Off you go, and at 10 past I'll follow.
Righto, Prof.
Gosh, Prof, do you think you can really track them? What happens if they climb a tree? Oh, leave it to me.
Hey, Gerald, I think you were a little hasty having the prof on like that, you know. He's very good at the black tracking business. I think you'll lose out. Now, just don't you worry. Leave everything to Uncle Gerald. I'm quite sure they'll never be able to track us. Why, what do you mean? Because our little feet will be treading on hard ground. Where at? Down at Silver Beach, on the rocks. What a beauty. How I'd like to be able to see the old professor's face when he comes to the end of our trail. Come on, we haven't got much time. Okay.
Engines, dead slow ahead.
Engines, dead slow ahead.
Engines, out.
Engines, out.
Hold it up.
Depth, 35 feet.
Open main tank, 1 degree.
Main tank open 1 degree.
Depth,
38 feet, 40 feet. 45 feet.
45 feet, my dear Dr. Archimedes.
And we are safe on the bottom, 200 yards from Silver Beach.
45 feet, are you sure? According to my calculations, the depth should be 45.5 feet.
This time, my dear doctor, your calculations were wrong.
45.5 feet.
My calculations are never wrong, my dear Captain Rangel.
Periscope down.
Periscope down.
The beach was deserted, Captain?
Completely.
Just as I expected. Imagine, Captain, it is now 9 minutes and 13 seconds past 9 o'clock. In exactly 10 minutes and 47 seconds, I shall contact the others by radio. And 5 hours, 30 minutes later exactly, we shall head out to sea. having committed the greatest crime in history, eh, Captain Rheingold? Are my calculations ever wrong, eh?
Never, my dear Dr. Archimedes.
Exactly. Never. I will now go and rest for 9 minutes, 27 seconds. Tell me when it is time to make the radio call.
55 seconds, 10 minutes exactly. Well, that's all the time we promised them. Now we can get tracking. Well, we're all ready, Professor. Fine, but please let me go first. You see, I don't want you tramping all over the footprints and spoiling things.
This is Dr. Archimedes calling ZK-140. Dr. Archimedes calling ZK-140. Come in, please. Great heavens, they're 12.5 seconds late.
There is someone coming on now, Doctor.
ZK-140 calling Dr. Archimedes. I am receiving you.
About time, too. What news have you for me?
Everything has gone according to plan. Last night, Professor Crankshaw was kidnapped. We are holding him in readiness for you.
Excellent. Captain Rheingold and I are leaving the submarine immediately. We will meet you in the place we arranged at the time we arranged. Take over.
Stand by to serve us.
We must be miles ahead of them now, Gerald. They'll never catch up to us. Now listen, we've been leaving tracks that even a blind man could follow. We'd better slow down and take it more carefully. Pick out the hard ground and tread on that. Silver Beach is just down there. Come on. Hey, Gary, look down there.
Golly, a submarine!
Look, 2 men rowing ashore. Quick, let's hide.
The raft will be quite safe there, I think, Doctor.
I'm sure it will. According to my calculations, nobody ever comes to this beach, Captain Rheingold. And my calculations are never wrong.
Of course not, my dear Doctor.
I hope the same can be said for you. Your men understand what they must do?
My crew is well prepared.
They are keeping a constant radio watch, I trust?
There is a man standing by the radio constantly until we get back.
What is the wavelength?
The wavelength is 36 megacycles on the 45-meter waveband.
What is the code sign?
The code sign is ZK-140 calling Dr. Archimedes.
Good. Let us hope your men remember it. Come, we must hurry. We are 1 minute, 15 seconds behind schedule. Just imagine, Captain Rheingold. In a few hours, the famous scientist, Professor Crankshaw, will be our prisoner.
Yes. We must hurry. We must be at the road within the hour. ZK-140 is sending a car to meet us?
Of course. Come.
Gosh, did you hear that, Gerald? They're going to kidnap someone. Professor Crankshaw. I have heard about him. He's a famous rocket scientist. We've got to tell someone about this. I'll bet they're going to take him away in that sub out there. We'd better get back to the others.
A submarine down at Silver Beach. If you ask me, this is about the greatest mystery we've ever come across. You ask me, it's all a joke.
I tell you it's not a joke. The submarine is there.
You lot are beginning to make me sick. While you're all sitting here and talking, Captain Rheingold and his friend Dr. Archimedes are probably kidnapping the scientist. We heard them planning it. I don't think this is a joke. Then what are we going to do? Obviously, we've got to tell someone, and since a submarine's involved, The logical people to tell are the Navy. The Navy, of course. I'm going to get in touch with them right away. They'll know what to do. Well, I suppose you better, Professor, but I don't think they'll believe you.
Yes, this is Naval Headquarters. Oh, you've seen the submarine at Silver Beach. That's very interesting. I say, your voice sounds remarkably young. Oh, you are. Well, this happens to be April the 1st, April Fool's Day. And I suppose I'm expected to be the fool. Go away, little boy. Go away. Go away with your silly submarine. I'm a busy man.
Hello? Are you there? Don't go away. I'm going to tell you about the submarine. I told you they wouldn't believe you. Naval intelligence. That's what he calls himself. Naval intelligence.
Submarine at Silver Beach. Must think a man's a perfect idiot. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Then what are we going to do? We can't stand by and let a famous scientist get kidnapped. And we're not going to. The professor's got an idea. What is it, Prof? Suppose Captain Rindle and Dr. What do you call him, goes back to the submarine and finds the entire crew gone. Then they wouldn't be able to capture the professor. But that's the trouble. The crew haven't gone. They're still on the submarine. At the moment they are, but I think they could be made to leave. Didn't you hear Captain Reingold mention the wavelength the radio's tuned in on? Yes, it was 36 megacycles in the 45-meter band. That's it, and now I know I can get to work. But what are you going to do? You'll see. Roger, you get 2 of the walkie-talkie sets, will you? Righto, Prof. Leave one of them here with me, and the rest of you can take the others down to the cliff. What are we supposed to do when we get down there? Nothing except watch the sub and tell me if my plans work. Now, get your walkie-talkies and hurry.
Well, there she is. Now who reckons there isn't a submarine at Silver Beach?
I can hardly believe my eyes.
Contact the professor, Gary.
Okay, Gerald. Hello, Professor. It's Gary here. We're down at the beach. Are you receiving me?
This is Captain Reingold here. Who is speaking, please?
Captain Reingold?
It's all right. It's the professor here. I was just practicing.
What for, you ass? I thought something had happened.
Something is going to happen. I can't talk to you now. Just keep watching the sub. If my plan works, you're going to see the most amazing sight in years.
Well, whatever you're up to, good luck. Bye.
Hello, calling the submarine octopus. This is your captain calling the submarine octopus.
Yes, Captain. Captain Octopus here. What are your orders, Captain?
My orders are abandon ship. The whole plot has been discovered. Every man for himself. Tell the crew to abandon ships at once.
Oh, that's abandoned ship. Captain Reingold orders abandoned ship. Abandoned uns gesehen, gedacht hat, der deutsche Arme des Niederlande und abandoned ship. Genau.
He's done it! He's done it! The old professor's done it! They're abandoning ship! But what's going to happen to us? When they get ashore, what'll happen to us?
Well, that's that. The whole crew's down a boat.
Well, there's no doubt about the old professor. He's certainly a brain. What I think we ought to do now... Just a moment. The professor's coming in. What's the matter, Prof? Okay, we'll hear from you later. What's the matter, Gary? The professor's getting in touch with Naval Headquarters again, and he's going to contact the police as well.
Somebody's got to do something. Even if they don't believe us about the submarine, they've just got to believe us about the kidnapping.
Well, I can't say I blame them for thinking the submarine's a joke. I can hardly believe it myself, and I can see it.
It is a beauty, isn't it?
I wonder what it's like inside.
You know, I've never seen inside a sub before.
Gerald?
Do you really think we ought to, Gerald?
Well, no one's told us we can't, and we'll probably never get another chance like this.
Anyway, we captured it, didn't we?
In a way, we own it, until someone comes to collect it.
Come on, let's go. Right.
Down on the coast, not far from Town, lies Silver Beach. And although we didn't know it, some mysterious things were happening.
Beach at last. I must congratulate you, Dr. Archimedes. You have navigated perfectly. Here, see for yourself.
I do not wish to see. I know we have arrived at Silver Beach. Please, let us not waste any time. The sooner we are out of here, the better.
Then go below, my dear doctor. You very needlessly, Dr. Archimedes. The last thing anyone would expect to see here is a submarine. Captain Reingold to crew. Stand by to dive.
Back at Town, things were a bit dull, so the professor had decided to give us a few hints about tracking people in the bush.
Footprints, as you see, are the same as fingerprints, only they're made from the foot.
Well, you could have fooled me.
Now, the leg, when it leaves the foot, travels in an upward direction until it reaches the body. Thus we see it.
Gosh, Professor, this is going to take ages.
What I think is Gary and Gerald should go out into the bush. The professor can follow them by tracking their footprints and give us a few hints as he goes. An excellent idea. I was about to say that myself.
Give us 10 minutes start, and I'll bet you an ice cream to a milkshake you can't catch us.
Although I don't usually bet, this time I will. It's nearly 9 o'clock now. Off you go, and at 10 past I'll follow.
Righto, Prof.
Gosh, Prof, do you think you can really track them? What happens if they climb a tree?
Oh, leave it to me.
Hey, Gerald, I think you were a little hasty having the prof on like that, you know. He's very good at the black tracking business. I think you'll lose out.
Now, just don't you worry. Leave everything to Uncle Gerald. I'm quite sure they'll never be able to track us.
Why, what do you mean?
Because our little feet will be treading on hard ground.
Where at?
Down at Silver Beach on the rocks.
What a beauty. How I'd like to be able to see the old professor's face when he comes to the end of our trail.
Come on, we haven't got much time.
Okay.
Engines, dead slow ahead.
Engines, dead.
What is it, Gerald?
They're there, on the beach. Captain Reingold and Dr. Archimedes. And that's not all. The raft's broken loose and drifted back to shore. We're trapped here.
What are we going to do?
Roger, get up into the conning tower and close the hatch. Quickly.
All right, Gerald. What's the use of closing the conning tower? They'll only open it again. The conning tower's closed, Gerald. How far away are they, Gerald?
They've just left the beach. That gives us about 3 minutes.
3 minutes for what?
3 minutes to get the submarine submerged.
Did you say submerged?
Joanne, you get the professor on the radio. Roger, you stand by the main tanks.
Aye, aye, Skipper.
Paul, stand by the depth indicator and shout out the depth as we go down.
I've got the professor, Gerald.
Tell him what's happening and ask him to stand by. Gary, you take over the controls and I'll stand by the periscope.
Right, Gerald.
Everyone in position? Fine, then stand by to flood the main tanks. They're on their way from the beach now. Stand by. Ready, Roger?
Ready, Gerald.
All right, flood the main tanks. Pull out the depth, Paul. 5, 10, 15 feet. We're going down too quickly. Close the tanks. 30 feet. That'll do. We've closed the tanks now. I'll have a look around and see what's become of Captain Rheingold and Dr. Archimedes. My golly, he's there, right above us.
He probably thinks his own crew's down here.
In that case, he's going to get a big shock. Stand by to take her up again, Roger.
Up? But if we do that, we'll come up right under the captain and the doctor.
That's just the idea.
We're going up now.
Stand by for the conning tower, Paul.
Come back! Come back here! Bring that submarine back at once!
It's no use. You're wasting our breath. They cannot hear us.
But this is mutiny. They have ruined my calculation.
Donner and Blitzen! Himmel, they're going to surface again.
Good. They have obeyed my order.
But it will come up beneath us.
Go down! Go down! Go down at once, do you hear? Go down!
We're on the surface now, Gerald.
Righto, Paul, open the conning tower. Here we go.
Here they come.
Okay, Captain Rheingold, and you too, Dr. Archimedes. Come on.
Fool. You idiot, you told you this. It's all your fault. You ruined my calculations.
Get down. Get down.
All right.
Come on, get going. Come on, get in.
Righto, men. Man your positions.
Okay,
Righto,
Gerald. Hey, there's another chap up here. He's tied up and unconscious. It must be Professor Crankshaw. Joanne, come and give me a hand to get him down. Hiya, Roger. Well, he seems all right, Gerald. But I think he's a bit drugged or something.
Poor old Professor Crankshaw. He's going to get quite a surprise when he wakes up. Roger, you and I will make him comfortable. The rest of you off to your posts.
Well, that just about ends that. When the police get here...
Hey, Gerald! What's the matter?
It's the crew. They're on the beach. Gosh, they must have realized they were tricked. They'll swim out here and take over the submarine again.
Oh, no, they won't. Roger, you stand by the main tanks.
Right.
Gary, take over the steering with Paul. And Joanne, contact the professor at Tin Town. Tell him we're going to take the submarine to sea.
Righto, Gerald.
Everyone in position?
Yes, we're ready.
Yes. Righto, Roger. Flood the main tanks.
There's a message from Professor Gerald. He said that Naval Headquarters finally believed him about the submarine.
About time, too.
What do they want us to do, Joanne?
They want us to stop where we are and come to surface. They're sending out a destroyer and a crew who'll take over from us.
What, don't they trust us?
Well, we have to hand the submarine over sometime, Paul.
I can see the destroyer. It must have spotted our periscope. Well, the little adventure's over.
It was the best adventure we've ever had. I wish it hadn't come to an end.
It hasn't yet. Goodness knows what naval authorities will have to say. Cut the engines, Gary.
Engines cut.
Hang on, everyone, just in case we go up too fast.
And so, after due consideration, the naval authorities have decided that you acted in the only possible way. And they offer you their heartiest congratulations. Dr. Archimedes, the notorious spy, Captain Rheingold and his crew are all safely in jail. And Professor Crankshaw, the famous Australian scientist, is back in his rocket laboratory.
And what about the submarine? Are you going to keep that? It would come in jolly handy for us to get around in, if you didn't want it.
Want it? Of course we want it. The Navy can always do with an extra submarine. But anyhow, thanks a lot. Jolly good show.
That's all right, Admiral. The Terrible Ten are pleased to help the Navy at any time.
Oh, right. Thank you very much. Congratulations. And to you, and to you, and to you. Jolly good show.